So Xavi is leaving Barcelona at the end of this season, but this isn't just about his record as a manager. He won La Liga last season and extended his contract in the summer. It's more about his ability to control the dressing room and the impact of the pressure that the job is having on him personally. Xavi's team have faltered recently. They lost 4-1 to Real Madrid in the Super Cup. They lost 4-2 to Athletic Club in the Copa del Rey. But the 5-3 loss to Villarreal at home, the first time they've conceded 5 goals since the 70s, seemed to be the final straw to Xavi's want to stay on as Barcelona manager. Now, Barca are a team well documented for having financial trouble and are a hotspot for media attention, so it's a really difficult role for any manager to step into. But what are the attributes Barcelona should be looking at for a replacement manager for next season? They need a manager with a clear tactical identity that can meet the expectations of, as Andy Tate once coined, the Barca style of play. They need a coach who can get fans on side and handle the pressure of the media cult that follows Barcelona, and be able to get the best out of youth talents like Lamine Yamal, Pau Cubarsí, Vitor Roque, and smart recruitment that Barca haven't really been the best at recently. See Franck Kessié. So considering these attributes, I've come up with 3 candidates that I think could replace Xavi at the end of this season. The obvious one, the smart one, and the wildcard. And I want to hear your opinions on these options of who might be Barcelona manager in the future in the comments. First up, the obvious one, and that's Michel. He is the current Girona manager and has done an incredible job at the club. He's taken them from the second tier in Spain in 2021 to challenging for the La Liga title. He's also had successful spells at Rayo Vallecano and Huesca, where he got both of them promoted but couldn't cement them in the top flight. Michel's Girona play a tactically flexible, possession-dominant style that would translate to Barcelona really well. They're high-volume passers, with the 3rd most passes completed per 90 in La Liga this season, behind both Barcelona and Real. They also have the 2nd highest expected assist numbers, again behind Barcelona. Girona are 2nd in XG created in La Liga this season. They create an incredible amount of high quality chances through implementing Michel's tactics brilliantly, and these great chances are translating into goals. Girona have the best goal per shot ratio in Europe's top 5 leagues, and also have the 2nd most goals scored across Europe with 52, only 4 behind Bayern Munich in 1st. And on the defensive side, Girona have only lost 1 game so far this season, and that was to Real Madrid. Michel typically uses a 4-2-3-1 with fullbacks and wingers who can occupy different channels to maximise the space, and enables those talented wingers and fullbacks to occupy areas where they can take a player on 1v1 and create those high quality chances. Exhibit A being Savio, who has attempted the most take-ons in La Liga this season because of both his skill and the system that Michel uses, which enables him to take advantage of the skill that he has. Admittedly, Girona are a club that are part of the City Football Group, but the players in this squad have definitely become more of the sum of their parts. That includes 3 Barcelona rejects in Eric Garcia, Daley Blind, and particularly Aleix Garcia, who has been very impressive this season and is an example of how Michel can get the best out of a player who has unmet potential, and that's really shown in his stats so far this season. You can see that he's incredibly high in his creating and passing stats across Europe's top 5 leagues. Michel has Girona playing technically and tactically impressive football that has really put him on the radar of lots of top clubs. He's been rumoured for Bayern Munich and other clubs so far this season, and there's no reason why a talented Spanish coach like Michel shouldn't be a firm candidate to take over at Barcelona, apart from the small fact that he was born and raised in Madrid, but hopefully they can look over that and it would be a really impressive appointment. Next up is the smart option in my opinion, whose name I'm going to butcher every time I say it. I apologise, but this is my best attempt. That's Imanol Alguacil. He's the current Real Sociedad manager and has been at Real Sociedad in a variety of roles for 10 years, amassing 410 games as Real Sociedad first team manager, B team manager and B team assistant. Imanol came through the academy at Real Sociedad and played over 150 games for both the reserve and first teams. So being La Real through and through, it might be difficult to tempt him away from the success that he's built at his boyhood club. Alguacil has played a significant part in developing a lot of Real Sociedad's really impressive academy talents like Zubimendi, Robin Lenormand, Baron Shea, all 3 of whom he also coached in the youth academy. We also can't forget Kubo, who was at Real Madrid's academy and came to Real Sociedad, but is in the form of his life under Alguacil, playing in a more central role and really becoming a pivotal player and one of the best players, in my opinion, across La Liga this season. Tactically, Alguacil opts for largely a 4-4-2 diamond or recently a 3-5-2 that focuses on maintaining patient possession in deeper areas, circulating the ball with the aim of working through the centre of the pitch, while providing a real solid base for chance creation. Alguacil's tactics also restrict the opposition's influence on a game. Only Barcelona have allowed their opponents fewer touches per 90 on the ball so far this season than La Real. Real utilise a single pivot, Zubimendi in this case, alongside 2-8s who provide the base for the front three's fluidity at the top of the pitch. Here, technical players like Kubo, Oyarzabal, Banachea and Brais Mendes can operate in wide and central areas, rotating and creating space with their flexible movement. that's enabled from the system that Alguacil implements. In over 250 games as Real Sociedad manager, Imanol has a 48% win percentage and won Real Sociedad their first trophy since 1986 when he won the Copa del Rey in 2021. He's a manager with experience of European football and maintaining performance levels over a 3 to 4 season period, which Barcelona haven't had in a while. With their tactical approach of maintaining possession, Sociedad have conceded the third least goals so far this season. They finished 4th in the league last season and conceded the lowest XGA. Really can't ask much more of a Real Sociedad manager than finishing in that top 4 alongside the 3 giants of Spanish football. When you think about Alguacil's appointment from a transfer perspective, he might be able to bring Zubimendi with him, which would be a massive coup. Barcelona have been in need of a pivot for a long time and have tracked Zubimendi for a while, and he would be the sorely needed Busquets replacement for the foreseeable future. And when you look at the current Barcelona squad, Alguacil, in my opinion, would be able to get the best out of the likes of Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Vitor Roque by giving them the platform to be flexible in attack, create space with their rotations, and have the freedom to use the attacking flair that they all possess. He would be a more than capable manager with the playing style and personal attributes that would suit the current Barcelona team and the demands from both higher up and, I imagine, the fan base. But would he leave what he's built at La Real, his boyhood club, for Barcelona? That's the question. And finally, my wildcard pick, and apologies for the butchering for the final time, this is Francisco Javier Garcia Pimienta. Pimienta is the current Las Palmas manager and is a La Masia graduate. He's a former Barca B player and coach. He spent 11 years at the club from youth level and even made a senior appearance for the first team. He won the UEFA Youth League with Barca B in 2018, leading players like Inaki Peña, who's the current rotation Barcelona goalkeeper, Ricky Puig, who's at LA Galaxy, and Juan Miranda, who's currently at Real Betis. Pimienta has Las Palmas, a promoted side this season, 5 points off the European places, utilising a style that at times you could mistake for a yellow Barcelona. They have the 3rd highest possession in La Liga behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. But Las Palmas, as a promoted side, are able to control possession and control games, which is an attribute you don't normally see from promoted teams. Las Palmas are also really aggressive in defence. They have the 3rd lowest PPDA in La Liga, which is passes per defensive action. This means that only Real Sociedad and Barca allow opposition teams fewer touches before they make attempts at winning the ball back. They have conceded the 2nd fewest goals in La Liga this season, but their XGA is the 4th highest, which does point to an insane overperformance by the Las Palmas goalkeeper, Valles, who has prevented the most goals per 90 across all of Europe, amounting to about 11 goals that he's saved them so far this season. Las Palmas have slightly struggled with chance creation so far this season, but when you come up from the 2nd tier, that kind of comes with the quality that Pimienta has at his disposal. But Pimienta is more than exceeding expectations this season. He's getting so much out of a promoted side who are sitting in the top half and have the 2nd lowest payroll in La Liga. Pimienta is more than capable in trusting in youth players and bringing them through, shown in his time in managing youth players at Barca B, but also he's been able to bring through exciting players like Alberto Moliero at Las Palmas. Pimienta would be a brave appointment, but I think it would be found in logic, as he does meet the tactical requirements of a Barcelona manager, and that appointment wouldn't be dissimilar to previous appointments of managers with experience of managing Barca B. Now, that's not me saying that Pimienta is the next Pep, but Luis Enrique followed a similar path from the Barca B job to managing Barcelona. The late Tito Vilanova was Pep's assistant at Barca B, and all 3 of those are in the top 4 of all-time Barcelona managers in terms of win percentage. And that's a trend that Pimienta could well continue if given the appropriate time and resources. And in my opinion, it's a cost-effective appointment that would make sense and follow tradition at Barcelona, but whether Barca fans and Barca-affiliated media would accept it would be another question. And given that Joan Laporta also got rid of Pimienta as Barca B manager when he came in, he might not want to be going back and kind of admitting to his mistake. So you've seen my 3 choices, but across all 3, there are similarities that show why they should be considered by Barcelona. All 3 have possession-dominant styles, restrict opponents to the fewest passes in La Liga. They make up 4 of the top 5 of the fewest completed passes per 90. All 3 of these managers have shown skills in getting the most out of their resources and really exceeding expectations in the roles that they're currently in. And in my opinion, I don't think you could really go wrong with any of them, but as we know, Barcelona is an unstable place at the moment, and I think going in would really scar any manager who walks through the door. That's kind of why it's such a tough decision for people at Barcelona at the moment. Let me know your thoughts and who else you might consider for the Barcelona job, be that Thiago Motta or even Jose Mourinho. Let me know in the comments. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you in a video very soon. Thanks for watching.